In this video, I'm going to be giving you an entire presentation on an AI content writing masterclass. For those who end up watching this entire training, you're going to learn a lot more than what most people actually pay for. So without wasting any of your time, let's go ahead and jump into this masterclass and learn how to actually use AI to write better content. Alright, so welcome to this masterclass for AI content writing. AI content writing isn't just about pushing a button and getting instant articles. You still need to edit and personalize the content. You need to add in your unique experience, stories, check facts, add real examples, inject your brand's personality, review accuracy, and so much more, including SEO. But here's the exciting part. With this AI content course, you'll be ahead of most creators trying to use AI. So here's exactly what you're going to learn. You're going to be able to create better prompts with a purpose. You're going to be able to focus on SEO content while also thinking about your audience. You're going to learn how to use YouTube script writing that gets viewers addicted, get people to actually open your emails, and repurpose content into other formats. So exactly what is content writing? Well, content writing is the process of creating valuable information for your audience. This is every single blog post that helps solve a problem, every idea that turns into content, every email that gets open, every piece of content that connects with your readers. Just think of it as a building bridge between your knowledge and your audience's needs. Now let's add AI into that mix. This is how we get AI content writing. AI content writing is a collaboration between you and artificial intelligence. With AI, it's going to help you brainstorm ideas, create outlines, generate rough drafts, while you bring in your unique voice, experience, and strategic thinking to the table. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into these lessons because again, you're going to learn how to prompt better. You're going to learn how to create YouTube video scripts and so much more. This is going to be a very long training, and by the end of it, you're going to have a very, very good foundation when it comes to using AI for content writing. Okay, so before learning how to even use AI for content writing, you need to understand what the power of prompting is. The clearer your instructions when it comes to prompting, the better AI is going to provide you with an output. So with the foundations of prompting, here is a bad versus a good prompt. A bad prompt is just saying, write an email. That is never going to work. It's going to ask you for more context. If it does spit out anything for you, it's going to be very generic. It's not going to have any tone, style, no context, and it's not going to understand what your intent is. But if we end up saying, write a friendly 200-word email to a new subscriber welcoming them to our newsletter, let them know they will receive a weekly newsletter about different coffee brewing methods with a detailed video breakdown. Now use 8th grade reading level. With that, we're being specific and detailed. So we're going to always include the purpose, the audience, the length, and even key points just as context. So let's actually take this for the test. We're going to use that prompt, and I'm also going to say it, add a funny and short subject line with a curiosity-based preview text below 150 characters. And look how quality that is. We have a subject line with a little coffee emoji, welcome aboard fellow coffee nerd. Preview, ever wonder why your barista laughs when you order a medium roast? Your first coffee lesson starts here. Dear name, thank you for joining our coffee-loving family. I'm excited to help you discover the amazing world of coffee brewing. Every Wednesday, you're going to get our newsletter packed with tips and tricks, and here's what to expect. Weekly video breakdowns. Your first newsletter will arrive on Wednesday. Got any questions? Just hit reply. I read every email. Happy brewing. That alone is just a really good starting point, and for most email writers, they're not going to really come up with something like this, or if it is, it's going to take them 30 minutes to an hour. Now from here, this took us less than 2-3 minutes, and then we can spend 10 minutes editing and adding our images and maybe a little bit more personal stories. But that's how powerful the difference is between a bad and a good prompt. Now if we want to include even more information to our prompt, we can give it tone and context. So we want to set the tone and style. We can specify if the email should be formal, casual, enthusiastic, funny, or professional. Then we can even include more context, which is just adding more background information, maybe even personal experience, things that you've went through for that email, and that can help with the entire output. So let's go ahead and just try this out together. So with that, we're going to say, okay, perfect. Now go ahead and add my personal story. I started 2 coffee shops, which both shut down. But after my 3rd one, it became very successful. Also add a little bit of humor in my story. Sweet, so you can see that I added another paragraph here that's saying truth time. Before starting this newsletter, I was the proud owner of 2 failed coffee shops. Yep, I managed to burn more than just coffee beans. But like stubborn espresso machines that refuses to die, I kept pushing. My third shot finally clicked. Turned out third time's a charm, and having actual customers helped too. So that can add a little bit more personal information and history. And just by adding that context and telling AI to be a little bit funnier, it can really change the output of your email. Okay, so diving into some advanced prompting strategies. So if you feel like AI might be hallucinating more than often or it's not following the exact context, then you can use role playing in prompts. All you need to do is ask the AI to adopt a persona for more tailored content. For example, we could say, as a friendly customer service rep who's in the Christmas spirit, write an email thanking a customer for their purchase and offering support if needed. So let's just try something for fun, and I'm going to tell the AI to act like the Terminator. All right, so it's actually doing a pretty good job, and surprisingly, it's doing all caps. I'm guessing because it's an AI or artificial intelligence. So it says subject, attention, coffee protocols initiated. Preview, come with me if you want to brew. Your mission to create superior coffee begins now. Now that is hilarious. So you can see that it does that. And it's really funny how it makes it all caps. So just by adding a persona, this is going to help you with the output as well. So now that we've added personas, we can also include examples or templates. So this is really straightforward, but we're going to provide a structure or sample to guide the AI. Here's an example of this. Based on a specific LinkedIn template, and then you can insert the LinkedIn post template, write a LinkedIn post for my topic XYZ. And then from there, you can include even more context, such as a transcript, blog post, newsletter, or really anything that AI can pull information from. So for this example, I'm going to say write a LinkedIn post following this template below, and we're using this from Cody Sanchez. And the topic is how to make fluffy pancakes. So if you have any context, you want to include that in the bottom as well. But for the sake of this example, let's see what it does. Perfect. So it's actually following our exact template. So technique equals light pancakes. Temper control equals perfect golden brown. It's not the fluffiest we want. It's the childhood Sunday morning nostalgia. Yet, we all know the cliche, practice makes perfect. It's an idea I've been organizing my thoughts on for a while. Sometimes early in 2025, I'll have a comprehensive pancake mastery guide on it. Feel free to follow me. So you can see how that's hilarious, but it actually works and it's following our template. So that is another example of using AI in prompting correctly by giving it context and a template. Now, with that said and done, we can also even ask the AI to self-edit itself. And it's the perfect example of AI improving upon its own structure and grammar and writing. So this is really simple, but we can say prompt the AI to review and improve its own writing. For example, review the above email for clarity and add a stronger call to action. I can say, now go ahead and edit this output and maybe even include some dramatic humor. So pancake confession time. I got obsessed with this idea after my 3-year-old nephew called my pancakes sad circles. That is emotional damage. I mean, surprisingly, that is actually really good and funny. So that's another way you can just have AI self-edit itself. And it's really powerful because this helps you, without having to use a tool like Grammarly or Pro Writing Aid. I mean, you could use AI to really help you in this process. Now that we understand AI prompting and even went through some amazing examples, it's time to learn how to write articles with our audience and SEO in mind. So this is the simplest way to put it, because without understanding content ideas, there's no reason for you to create content. So we need to find what our audience pain points are. We can use AI and then turn those into how-to statements. Now, these will become our keyword ideas, since people will likely search for these topics because they need help with a specific problem. Now, from there, we can use AI to help us create a clear article outline, and we can break that down into sections to help guide the AI. So let's go ahead and use the coffee example one more time. Based on the coffee example, help me write 25 major pain points my audience faces and then turn those into how-to statements. Okay, so you can see here that we have different pain points and then it's turning those into how-to statements. Weak coffee, how to brew stronger coffee without making it bitter. Hard to clean equipment, how to clean your coffee maker in under 5 minutes. So if you want to just go ahead and validate that this is a real search based article, all we need to do is just go ahead and grab that keyword phrase, go into Google, and then just type that in and see if there's other websites or other articles that Google is already showing on the first page. And this will be a good example for an article for you to write. So we can see here, just already based off of the first example, we have one that says how to clean your coffee maker in under 5 minutes. We have the exact keyword here. And we see the other article on the first page of Google is somewhat similar and related. So I personally think that this is actually a good topic for us to go after. Okay, so our next starting point is going to actually turn this into an article outline. So I'm going to use my how-to blog post template structure, and I'm going to download the PDF and then add that into Claude along with the topic that we're going to go for. So we're going to stick to the topic of how to clean your coffee maker in under 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and drag that over, and it should model exactly how my how-to template looks. Perfect. So it gave us the title, it gave us a meta description, it told us exactly how we should structure our hook, and then it gave us our heading section. So what is a coffee maker and why does it matter? Some essential cleaning tools and requirements before you start. So some of the preparation tips, and then the step-by-step 5-minute cleaning guide. And it includes those steps. Step 1, the vinegar solution. Step 2, the quick cycle run. Step 3, the final rinse. And you get the idea. So this is a powerful, powerful prompt. This is something that I offer in my Generate community, which is a place where you can learn how to use AI for blog posts, YouTube, and emails. So now that we have our outline, there are 2 ways you can write with AI. You can either do this section by section, or you can fully use AI to help you with the entire rough draft. But again, you have to have a little bit more experience. So let's go ahead and dive into both ideas. At the end of the day though, no matter what, you still need to edit your AI generated articles. I do not care if you're using section by section or if you're using it to hammer out 2 to 3 articles a day. No matter what, you have to have some human or yourself edit those AI generated content. So here are the detailed prompts for each section. So the one I use is usually saying, give me a 200 word or 150 word introduction based on XYZ. And then you can create a detailed one-shot prompt. You can normally say, follow a specific blog post structure, which we already did. Now write a 16 to 1800 word blog post using that proper heading hierarchy. Always keep it in 9th grade reading level, and then you can add a little bit more context. So again, I only recommend it if you have experience, and if you don't, then just go ahead and write section by section. So let's go ahead and jump in and do that together. So since AI already has our outline, I'm just going to keep this really simple by saying write the introduction using 75 words. Always stick with 9th grade reading level. Perfect. So it followed our exact prompt. Is your morning coffee tasting bitter and funky? Your coffee maker might be harboring more bacteria than your kitchen sink. And yes, that is as gross as it sounds. As someone who's run 3 coffee shops and scrubbed thousands of coffee makers, I've mastered the art of speed cleaning these machines. Today, I'm sharing my simple 5-minute method that will transform your coffee maker from grimy to gleaming. That to me does not even sound that robotic. It sounds really good. It might need some minimal tweaks or edits, but you can see how this is already 90% done. So let's go ahead and try another section. So from here, I'm going to say now write the next section using 100 words. This is going to be the header, step 1, the vinegar solution mix. And then I'm also saying try to create a table of the mixing ratios or the whole solution. So you can see here that it's writing the header, then it's going ahead and add the exact mixing solution with a table that includes the machine size, the vinegar, water, total solution, and what it's best for. Then it includes that 100 word count. Now this is really powerful. You can see how easy it is. We can just easily copy and then add it to our Google Doc or whatever content editor that you're using. So let's go ahead and use an example for writing the entire article. I'm going to say it must be 1500 words, add as many line breaks as possible, and stick with the 9th grade reading level. So again, it's going to go ahead and still follow our how-to template, and it has all of the context from the above chat that we had, so all the history. So now it's actually creating that article for us. Okay, so this is pretty good, but you can see that it does have a lot of bullet points. So from here, we can just go ahead and continue editing section by section. And if you think that it might not work well, then you could just go ahead and reprompt it and have it fix itself and self-edit. We could just say, instead of having bullet points, create paragraphs. Let's go ahead and do that together. So I'm going to go ahead and say, instead of bullet points for each step, create actual paragraphs with line breaks. So now you can see here that instead of bullet points, it's actually creating the paragraphs instead of bullet points. So that's just one way to do that. Again, it's really dependent on you and how comfortable you feel using one-shot article prompts or just using section by section, which I still think is the best way to go. Okay, so once you've created the article, your next question more than likely will be, okay, well, how is this actually useful? How can I rank on Google? How can I get more eyeballs to it? And that's where you're going to want to add SEO elements. So you can easily use tools like Surfer SEO, Phrase, Nuon Writer, Content Raptor. I mean, there's so many of these SEO tools, but essentially it's going to be an easy way to help us add in more natural language processing, keywords that are related to the topic, the exact word count, images, and all of those SEO on-page elements. So from there, once you use a tool like this, you can continue to make improvements. But the most important thing is that you do not want to over optimize. Just because you see that your competitors have a score of 80 to 100, that does not mean that you need to go that far into the scoring model. So let's just quickly check an example here of a recent Surfer SEO content editor that I just used. And this was for how to create an AI content strategy. The article, you can see that we have a word count for that. We have a heading structure, paragraphs, how many images we should include. And if you look at the very bottom, we have all the terms that we can include in that specific article. So of course, again, like you don't want to over optimize, but you want to try to include the most relevant keywords. And this is going to help you with just on-page SEO. And from here within Surfer SEO, we can go ahead and see what our competition is doing and look at their content score, how many words they're using, and we can see their authority score from 1 to 10. And this will just give us a good preference of like how much of an authority that we need for this specific post. Now that we've written an article, our next step is to write engaging YouTube scripts with the help of AI. So here's a 5-step process that I like to follow. Number 1, we always need to define our audience and our purpose. So you need to know who you're talking to and what they want to achieve. If you're just creating content for really no one with a specific problem, then you're really not going to capture your audience. You're not going to create raging fans. And the whole purpose is to just help people find your purpose and have a specific audience. Once we've done that, the next step would be to come up with content ideas. And what I like to call social first is something that can be easily done with the help of keyword research tools, AI, and just your own brain. From there, once we have content ideas, we want to find our unique angle for those topics because that's going to be very helpful when we're using AI to help us script our outline. Then we're going to go ahead and divide our script into a hook, main content, and outro. Then we can use specific prompts to generate each part. So we're going to continue with the coffee article, but what I'm going to say is now create this into a YouTube script based on my specific YouTube advanced prompt. This is going to give us a powerful hook that uses a pattern interrupt hook formula. Then we're getting a nail-biting intro. Then we're going to go into the main content, and it's going to provide us with different content types. Then it's going to include smooth transitions and a specific wrap up either to the next video or a call to action. So it's probably going to need some topic information such as the unique angle, and if it already knows it based off of our history in this chat, but we might need to include that. Okay, so since it already knows a lot of our context from above, it's already helping us here. So it's giving us a hook. I clean 1,000 coffee makers as a cafe owner and discovered that most people do it completely wrong. Today, I'm going to show you my 5-minute hack that will make your coffee taste like it's from a luxury cafe. See that gunk in your coffee maker? Studies show it has more bacteria than your kitchen sink. That's gross. But here's the thing. Most cleaning tutorials tells you to take 30 minutes to fix this. Well, they're completely wrong. After running 3 coffee shops, I discovered a method that just takes 5 minutes, and the best part, you do not need any fancy cleaners. In this video, you'll learn XYZ. That alone is amazing. So now it's going to ask me, would you like me to continue with the full script? I'm going to say yes. So now what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and write the whole script. We have our main content blocks, which is the problem. Let's talk about what actually making your coffee taste terrible. Most people think it's just old residue, but there's a hidden problem. You can see how it has like that passion and it just like really follows exactly how I would want to talk in my YouTube scripts. So that is one example of how we can use AI to help us, especially when it comes to YouTube script writing. So now that we created a YouTube script, we can now turn that into an email that people want to read. So when it comes to emails, it's really important, just like how we needed to do that with YouTube and SEO, we need to know what our email's goal is. Are we trying to inform someone, persuade them, or requesting anything information? We need to figure out that content format. Is it going to be a deep dive, a curated list of content, or maybe just a plain old simple update? From there, we can set the tone. We can either use our previous emails and newsletters and provide that to the AI. And then we want to obviously have a very powerful and curiosity based subject line. Without having a curiosity based subject line, people are either just going to throw away your email, put it in spam, or just junk it all together. Then, once we got the rough draft, we personalize that content and then we include clear call to actions. We want to include images, buttons, polls, whatever will help keep that person reading that email, open it, and take action on whatever you're offering. So remember, it has all of our context. So I'm just gonna say, now turn this into a 3-day mini email course. It needs to include patterned interrupt subject lines and action items for each day. Stick with 9th grade reading level. So let's see what it does. Cool. So it's creating that 3-day email sequence. We have day 1. The subject is your coffee maker trying to kill you? And then we have the preview text. What I discovered in 1,000 coffee makers will make you question your morning brew. Hey, X name, did you know your coffee maker likely has bacteria? Today's focus, understanding what's really in your machine. Then it's giving us a quick science lesson, and then today's action items. Remove and inspect your filter. Check for white mineral deposits. Smell your machine's water reservoir. Take a before picture. Trust me, you'll want this. And then tomorrow, I'm sharing my secret cleaning formula that made our cafe coffee maker sparkle in just 5 minutes. Stay caffeinated, Eddie. And then we got the day 2. Then we have day 3. As you can see, it has action items. It has steps to take. It has maintenance tips, bonuses. It's using like real good information for this email. So from here, you can continue editing further. You can add more specific details. I mean, you could even ask for like some more context if needed, but this is a powerful 3-day email sequence just using the help of AI content writing. Now that we've created emails, we can now go ahead and focus on short form content using AI content writing. So with this said, we need to understand the platform requirements because it's not all the same. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, even LinkedIn videos all have some bit of differences, but at least the focus is always on one key message, which is keeping it simple and impactful. So what we want to do is we always want to go after an attention grabbing or pattern interrupt hook. We can use a simple prompt like write a first line that stops viewers from scrolling on TikTok about 3 quick cooking hacks to save time, or whatever your topic is. Then we can develop quick and engaging topics with a unique angle. And then even with Instagram Reels or a LinkedIn post, you want to make sure that you end with the strong call to action. So I'm just going to say, help me write a TikTok script. Write a first line that stops viewers from scrolling on TikTok about our topic. So this is really powerful because it's given us different options. We have shocking reveal, a money hook, a gross factor, and then we have the full script. So just from here, we can see option number 1 is your coffee maker has more bacteria than your toilet seat. Let me show you why. Your $6 coffee tastes better because your coffee maker is growing mold. Here is my 5-minute fix. A gross factor. This is what's floating in your coffee right now. And then we have the full script. After cleaning 1,000 coffee makers, here's what baristas don't tell you. Grab vinegar and water. That's it. 2 parts vinegar, 3 parts water. Pour it in, run half cycle. Secret step, wait 30 seconds. I mean, this is really powerful. And this is, probably like a 20 to 30 second TikTok script. But I mean, the options and everything that it provides us is amazing. So go ahead and try this too when it comes to creating short form content. So we just went over the main ways we can use AI content, but let's go ahead and jump into a quick bonus lesson. So this is repurposing AI generated content across all platforms. So again, we want to identify our core content piece, which could have been from a YouTube video, a blog post, an email newsletter, or even a short form video. We can then adapt that for different formats such as tweets, threads, LinkedIn post, and it's really powerful when it's usually coming from a long form content piece. So the game changer in order for this to truly work is that you want to create swipe files from other popular posts, and they can use those templates to repurpose them using your original content. Now you need to make sure that the messaging stays the same from your own video, because if not, then the AI is truly going to hallucinate and you're going to do more editing than you are creating content. So when it comes to that, we need to optimize for each platform. You need to tailor the content to fit the style and the requirements of each social media channel. For example, you want to summarize an article with a 150 character count tweet highlighting the main points. Then from there, you can create prompts that help you quickly repurpose content with the help of AI. So we can keep it straightforward. I could say, now turn this into a LinkedIn post using many line breaks and keep it actionable for B2B business owners. Use ninth grade reading level. Cool, so you can see that it's kind of like following what we just said. Your office coffee maker is costing you more than just maintenance fees. It's funny because it's like office since it's B2B. Here's what we discovered after analyzing 1,000 office coffee makers. 50% contain active mold, 78% have mineral buildup, 92% are cleaned incorrectly, if at all. Why this matters for your bottom line: employee productivity, hidden cost. So people are going to Starbucks runs, 15 to 20 employees. That's usually about $14,000 in annual productivity leak. You can see how this is really geared towards B2B business owners on LinkedIn. So that is just one way to go about it, and how AI content writing can really help us with really just repurposing our content. So if you made it all the way to the very end, well, you probably know most in the average person when it comes to AI content writing. So the thing I'm going to tell you to do is just try this for yourself. Go ahead and use the prompts. Go ahead and write an article section by section, create a YouTube script, create an email sequence, then turn that into a short form script, and then repurpose it for other social media platforms. There's really no excuse anymore for creating content. I mean, even with the help of AI, this is going to be a powerful way for you to edit and proofread your content and publish more for your audience, as long as you're using the context correctly. I will never ever agree to anyone creating AI generated content without actually following these steps and adding context and adding experience and everything that you can as a human. So again, like I said, go ahead and try this for yourself. And there's two ways that I can help you. Number one, you can go ahead and sign up for my newsletter, which is always going to provide deep dives on different AI prompting techniques for creators. Or you can also join my Generate course, where it's a live community of other AI experts helping each other out, and a deep dive lessons on how to create an AI content machine that actually works and you can use it for any use case. So from here, go ahead and check the description for any of those two links. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.